Boom. Makeshift studio on the go. I got my two lights and we're in the car and it is Top 10 Tuesday. You know what that means. My top 10 list. And this list is going to be different. This list is this is Unblock Yourself, number 57. Top 10 Tuesday. And I made this about, you'll see tomorrow, about how we block God from doing some miracles in our life. And this top 10 list is, I'm going to tell you a little bit about these people before we get into tomorrow's thing. So when we unblock the spirit. So my top 10, this is all about some biblical people that God used. He told them he was going to do some great things in their life, and they still ended up blocking the way and blocking God and slowing down the process of the greatness that was supposed to happen. All right. So very first one I think of when I start reading the Bible, and man, this person was great, but he just messed this all up. And the very first person I think of is, well, of course, Adam and Eve. But like I said, this is going to be God actually telling them something that they're going to do some great things. So I caught it. Boom. Great things. Abraham. God told Abraham he was going to have, kids upon kids. And, he was already getting old. But he was going to have a whole nation of kids. And he was going to have more descendants than, sands on the earth, stars in the sky. He was going to be he was going to be the father of many nations. And one particular nation, which was God's people. So you know what he did? After he laughed at God a few times, he and his wife would laugh too. He decided, okay, well, the process is taking a little bit longer and I don't got much time to live, so I'm going to go ahead and have some kids with somebody else other than my wife. And that's not really what God was telling him to do. So he blocked God from doing what he was supposed to be doing, and then it became a big mess. When we get into it, when we try to help God out, it turns into a big mess. Take my glasses off, because a big mess, y'all. Don't do it. And think about this, Moses with the 10 Commandments. God prints the 10 Commandments on stone. Yeah, Moses takes the stone to the people and says, hey, look, the 10 Commandments. And he sees what they're doing. He breaks the 10 Commandments. He gets mad and throws them things. Then he had to go and fix it. Now, what I'm saying this for is how we get in God's way. Something's supposed to happen. We get into the mix. We mess it all up. God has to fix it over again, or have us fix it. Think about this. Jonah going to Nineveh. God was going to save all of Nineveh pretty much. And Jonah was like, I don't like Nineveh. I ain't going. So what does he do? Goes the opposite direction. And long story short, he still ends up having to go to Nineveh, pouting and all, but he still ends up having to do it because that was God's plan all along. It's just that he got in the way and said, nah, I'm going to block it. When the children of Israel were going to take the land, or they sent spies into the land to see what it was like. Joshua and Caleb was like, we got this. God said, we got it. We got it. We got this, man. And the other 10 spies was like, we're little people. They big people. We ain't going. So what happens? Instead of just going right in and taking the land, they have to wait 40 years. 40. I can't imagine. They had to wait till everybody died off except Joshua and Caleb in that generation. Gideon was supposed to go to war to, save everybody. And when God came to him, he said to angel's like, mighty man of war, mighty warrior of God, let's go. We're going to do this. And he's like, you know what? Out of all the 12 tribes, mine is the least. And out of all the men in the least tribe, I'm the least of the least. And because he didn't believe in himself, he didn't believe God. So, long story short, he had to go through a whole bunch of tests. Then he's like, okay, I'll do it. And he saves the world. Peter, this was interesting. Peter was fishing, and Jesus was like, hey, throw your net on the other side. Now, Peter was a professional fisherman. He's like, I know what I'm doing. Ain't no fish. But until he submitted himself and said, okay, whatever, and he did it on the other side, the boat almost sank because it was holding so many fish. The fish net was breaking. So it's amazing how great people block God. Elijah, after showing how powerful God was, he burnt up all the offering in the middle of a drought. He caused it to rain. Then he sent fire and he burnt up everybody that was there. And then the next thing you know, he's running for his life. Now, he just killed everybody that was there that challenged God. And one person said, well, I'm going to kill you. He's like, oh my goodness, I'm out of here. And he's running for his life. We just block God and we keep God from doing the things that he had planned to do. Now he tells us what he's going to do. And then we're like, okay, yeah, that's a great idea, God. See ya. And he keeps running. King David was, he grew up with God pretty much. God on his side. And then he starts messing up big time. And it takes a prophet to tell him a story about somebody else, which wasn't about somebody else. It was about him, till he realized, oh, I'm on the wrong track. Sometimes we get in God's way and don't even know it, thinking that we're living the life. Which, think about this, Lot and his wife. Two more, Lot and his wife. Now, God spared the whole city of Sodom and Gomorrah, and Lot and his wife. The city pretty much was like, well, I don't care what you do. And they said, all right, Lot, get out and don't look back. What the wife do? Look back. Bad. Pillar of salt. Ananias and Sapphira, they did this. Now, God had a plan for them. God had put them in a nice place, position to sell their land. And they said, well, we're going to sell it for this much. And then they held a little bit back. They did a little bit of embezzlement. Just a little bit of money laundering. That's just a little bit. And you know what? God didn't like that. And both of them were asked, why'd you do this? Because you just lied to God, right? Now, God was already setting them up for success. And they messed it up. And it ended up killing them. So don't get in God's way. And if you do, get out of the way so you can just be great. All right? So my 10 minutes, top 10 Tuesday. Be great.